Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're all welcome to another edition of Transforming Grassroots Players and Football. Today is another Wednesday, and we want to see if we have people watching. Okay, we can see Mr. Yinka Hassan. You're welcome. Today we'll be discussing about grassroots players and coaching. And today I'll be having my guest, who is a UEFA A licensed coach, Coach Eddy Dombraye, former Super Eagles, former Bender Insurance, former Iwanyanwu United, Iwanyanwu National, former Premier Bureau in Nigeria, and I will try to see how I can invite him now. If you are just joining, I want to welcome everybody, and also I would like you to kindly please drop your location, where you're watching from, so that we can all welcome ourselves to another amazing platform of transforming grassroots football and players. So if you are just joining, kindly please drop your location and where you're watching from. I want to see to invite our guests. So if you're watching, if you're listening, kindly please drop your location and where you're watching from. So I want to see how we can invite my guest in, Coach Eddy Dombraye. He's still not coming up. I'm trying to see how to invite him. So I don't know if anybody watching, if you can hear me, please, I want you to say something. Just say one if you can hear me. If you can hear me, kindly please say something. Welcome, Coach Lonson from Lagos State, Eco Football. Thank you for joining in. If you're just joining, please kindly say your location, where you're watching from. And if you can hear me, please, I want you to say one so that we can be sure we are all there hearing ourselves. I'm trying to see how to invite my guest in, Coach Eddy. Welcome, Adeshola from Niger State. Thank you for watching. Mr. Shola, that's the CEO of a Giant Football Academy from Niger State, Mina. Well done for the wonderful job you're doing in Mina. Thank you for joining us on today's platform. We'll be having today ex-Super Eagles, ex-Iwanyanwu National, Bender Insurance, and Premier Bureau of Club of Nigeria, in person of Coach Eddy Dombraye. I'm trying to see how to invite him in. Okay, I'm adding him now. He's trying to come up. Okay, Coach Eddy is coming up. Thank you for watching. Oh, good afternoon, Coach Eddy.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to have you.
Thank you once more.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Oh, okay. Thank you for joining us. Do you mind if you place your camera the other way around?
Okay, just a minute.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, so that people can actually see your face very well. Thank you for joining in. I want to welcome you to the platform Transforming Grassroots Football and Players. And I would say we also want to thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to be able to join us. This is a platform that we use in educating grassroots players, most importantly, coaches, and also proprietors of teams on how we can take grassroots football from the level it is to another level. And in the past, we've been able to have a lot of guests who have been on the platform, like the agent of Ojo Igalo, Ruth Newberry. We had Dr. Jimmy Oshinaike the last time. We also had the main man from the NFF, Mr. Nasir Jubril, and so many host of others that have joined on the platform. And since the inception of this program, it's been a wonderful feedback. And I would say we've been having a lot of views, like the last program, about 3,000 views we had, and so on. And the feedback has been tremendous. Coaches, players, everybody have been giving good feedback about this platform and what the platform has actually been doing. So I also want to welcome you once again, Coach Eddy Dombraye. Coach Eddy, for those who are just joining in, Coach Eddy is ex-Super Eagles, ex-Iwanyawu National, Bender Insurance, Premier Bureau of Football Club of Nigeria. He was also part of the Nigeria 99 team, and he also played in the African Cup of Nations against Burkina Faso. I don't know if I'm right. He also plied his trade in Poland as a professional player, Serbia, and also in Ukraine. And I can say he's also a UEFA A licensed coach. So, and the topic we'll be discussing today is grassroots players and coaching. And I must say, this is someone who has actually gone through all the hierarchy of football before becoming a coach, and not just any coach, but a UEFA licensed A coach, which is one of the top licenses obtainable in Europe that can make you coach anywhere in the world. I want to welcome you once again, Coach Eddy. Before we go into today's program, I want to welcome everybody who is just joining. Mr. Madusin, who is just joining, I want to welcome you also, and everybody who is just joining the platform. Also, Abdullahi Tanko from Portugal, I want to welcome you all. From Henry from US, we have a lot of people joining us today on the program, and I believe it's going to be a very interesting program at the end of the day. So, Coach Eddy, can you please tell us a little more about yourself?
I don't think there's much to add to what you've just said. I played in the Nigerian league before moving abroad to Poland, Serbia, then Ukraine. Finally got my UEFA license. And I played in grassroots football in Nigeria too, growing up. I guess every footballer in Nigeria passed through that too. So I think there's not much.
Yes, that's true. But like the teams you play in Poland, Serbia, and Ukraine, can you tell us about?
In Ukraine, in Poland, I played for LKS Łódź. They just won the league. They just won the league, yeah, the previous season. They were playing the UEFA Cup then, Europa League then.
Okay.
And then they sold a lot of players, actually. They sold a lot of players the following season. Okay. So they got relegated, and then I had to move on loan to a different team because I didn't want to go to the second league with
regulation.
them. Then, yeah, then I was, after my loan, I was injured, didn't play for a year, went home to Nigeria. And then I got the call to come move to Serbia. Got to Serbia, I didn't play, we had to terminate the contract, so I moved to Ukraine. So I've been in Ukraine since 2003.
Wow, wow. What is life in Ukraine like? What is it like in Ukraine?
Honestly, not much different with Nigeria. Not much different. The mentality, the way the people think, just a little different. The only significant difference is the issue of flight and good roads, you know.
Okay, that's amazing. Like on our platform here, it's a norm that we ask people, because this platform is not only for coaches, it's not only for players, it's not only for proprietors of team. It's also a platform where we bring artists, comedians, and everybody. So I want you to tell us what's your favorite music, Nigerian music precisely. What Nigerian music do you love to listen to?
No, I don't have a specific artist.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have a specific artist. I just like one or two songs, that sticks in my head. Yeah. I used to like a few songs from Davido, just very few. And then, I'm old school, so not long ago, someone introduced me to Timmy Dakolo.
Timi Dakolo.
Timmy Dakolo,
Timi
someone
Dakolo, yeah.
introduced me to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old school, and his kind of music appealed to me, like that kind of style I like.
Okay.
So since then, yeah, I've been most of the time listening to his music when I'm like less busy.
The slow kind of music type, the kind of
Yeah,
R&B
yeah,
kind of song and all that.
exactly. Yeah, that
Okay.
passes that kind of message to you.
Can you give us one of Timi Dakolo song that you know? Can you sing to us?
No, I don't. Sorry, I don't know how to sing.
No, we
You can
don't.
even
Don't
hear
worry.
my voice. No, my voice
You
is
know,
so bad.
just give us a tip, at least for the audience, to have to, not so that they can see the other side of you, not only the coach. Let them see the other side of you.
Uh, no, actually, I love like 6, 7 of his songs. But I don't know how to sing. Let me not just embarrass myself,
Okay,
please.
no problem, no problem, Coach Eddie, no problem. What about food? What kind of Nigerian food do you like most?
Oh, Eba egusi soup.
Oh wow, wow, wow.
Yes.
Have you taken any? Have you taken that any recently?
Yeah. I came from Nigeria 2 years ago. I bought some, and whenever people are going to Nigeria, I ask them to bring for me. And we have African restaurant here too, so we do buy those
Okay.
stuffs.
Okay, so actually you're not missing home then.
Yeah,
You're
you
not missing the
can't say
food
you're not
home.
missing home now. Nah, food I'm not missing, but yeah, I'm missing home.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. Coach, can you please tell us about your playing days in Nigerian league, and also the coaches you actually played under?
Mm, uh, I don't know, from the grassroots or from the
Yeah, from
professional
the
level.
grassroots, This is grassroots. How you started from the grassroots before joining the professional uh, club in Nigeria, and most especially in Nigeria before moving abroad.
Yeah, I played under a lot of coaches during my days in the grassroots, but I would just say one stood out. Though it's late now, but it stood out. Even till I retired, there are some things I do. I still remember how he said we should do it. His
Okay,
name was Coach Alambo.
Alambo.
He coached me in Babanawa Babes from Army Barracks when we were like street boys. And it was so important that he made it look easy, or he wanted us to play the easy way, the simple way,
Yeah.
not try to exaggerate or complicate things. And that really stick into me. So maybe that's why I don't know how to do all this leg over the ball and all those things.
See, you're more or less like a straight, a direct player.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But in the Nigerian league, what about the coaches in the Nigerian league? What coaches did you actually played under? Can you remember any of them? And which among them,
Yeah,
like, will you say was outstanding?
I played under the Nigerian League. I played in insurance. I played under Lawrence Bokona,
Okay,
and later when we were playing continental football, they had to bring in Coach Alabiasi to like support him
okay,
as technical advisor. And then In the Premier Breweries, I played under Coach Tony Ota. Tony Ota late now. And then I played under, again late, Coach Kelechi Emetole.
Emetole,
Yeah,
may so
Kelechi
rest in
Emetole.
peace.
Yeah, may so rest in peace. Of all of them, of all these three coaches, um, okay, I played under Igbiri too, just 2 games during the Eagles Met Champions League.
Okay.
But of all these coaches, the one that really stood out was Coach Kelechi Emetole. Yeah, he stood out because he was he was just like what I like. He wants you to play that simple football. You understand? If you're coming like this, you have to use the outside foot and all those simple. It wasn't exaggerating. Those was my last days in the YM National. So it was like he prepared me going to Europe, going to Poland. So when I got to Poland, I didn't find it difficult. Because I just applied those principles he has instilled in us, and it was okay.
I think that's very very amazing, and I would say one of the coaches who has actually been outstanding, and everybody have been saying good about him is still this coach Kelechi Emetole, and also he's someone that actually encouraged a lot of young players. Because
Yeah,
if I could remember, he actually signed one of my players as well before he was late, and he believed so
yeah. He
much.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't care about age.
Yeah,
Actually, he prefer the young ones because he believes they listen, and he doesn't. If you are good, he doesn't care about your age or whatever. He just sign you.
yeah, that's true, and we just hope every other coaches can follow his footstep, because part of what the problem we are always having, you see, our players that they don't go when they go to a professional club, they don't make it, or they are not prepared. Is still act of coaching. When you are properly drilled from Nigeria, it will be easy for you to get into these professional clubs, and you will be very very outstanding. Amongst these coaches again, uh, let me say, which of them do you think, or what do you think their philosophy, what differentiate them in coaching philosophy that you've played under?
Mm, well, not disrespect to anybody, but of all of them, tactically or philosophy-wise, I would say Coach Apokona was the least of them. Yeah, it wasn't. You don't just come to training and just play every day.
Yeah,
That's no question. That's no question. So like I say again, sorry to say, but it's the truth.
yeah,
You know. And late Coach Tony Ota, he was more about the physical, but very less technique. But Kelechi was more about the technical aspect of the game.
wow, wow,
Kelechi
that's
Emefiele actually, if you're already a regular in the team and you have issues like family issues, he can let you go after a game on Saturday. He can let you go to come back on Wednesday and you train on Thursday and you're playing the next game because he doesn't think more about the physical. He thinks about the tactical and technical part of it.
mm. Okay. What about their work ethics and their in-depth about the game? Which of them do you still rate more? The work ethics.
Steve Kelechi,
Yeah,
very no, he's very nice and simple. Like I said, he likes the technical part, but very disciplined and strict. Very disciplined and strict. You don't come 5 minutes late to his training. And he earned the respect of the players too, which is very important.
okay, that's interesting. I mean, the soul of Coach Kelechi Emetole rest in perfect peace, and we can say you are one of his how will I say product, who is actually
Product, yeah.
who is actually doing very 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 well. Uh, where did you start your coaching career?
Oh, I started here in Ukraine with Arsenal Kiev, Arsenal Kiev, U17.
Okay,
So I was Actually, it was before I got my C license. I'd already made it known to the president of Arsenal because he used to be a player too those days, and he's from Croatia.
Okay.
So, as both of us are foreigners in Ukraine, so we play against each other. And if you're good, you start communication and friendship like that. So when he became president, and I told him I would like to work in his team, and he said, okay, when you finish your coaching course, you can come. So during my coaching course, we had to go for like apprenticeship. So I went to Shakhtar Donetsk, and they live in Kyiv now, based in Kyiv. So when I finished, I went to Arsenal Kyiv, under 16. Then from 16 to 17. Then from 17, Coach Raveleni came, Fabrizio Raveleni. So when he
Okay,
came,
Avanelli. Yeah.
yeah, he came to the first team during the Premier League. So he said, because since he's the head coach of the team, he used to go to other youth teams to watch them. So he came, saw me, we talked in English, and he liked what I was doing, and I was also visiting his own sections to learn from him. So one day, just say, hey, what are you doing? Come to it. I want you to come and join me in my coaching staff. You played here before, and you understand English, and you can demonstrate. Oh, very funny guy. He said you can demonstrate. Me, I'm old. I can't demonstrate. Just. So that's how I joined the first team of Arsenal King.
Wow, that's interesting. I must say both of you, you and Fabio Ravanelli must have a very good partnership. Coach, if I may ask again, what is your worst moment in the dressing room when as a coach, and when you also played, when you were being coached? What is your worst moment in the dressing room?
Well, as a coach, I can't remember any. But as a player, should I say that? As a player. Oh, as a player was doing when I was in Royal National, my last season
Okay.
against against my former teammate in the national team. What's his name? Late Sam Okoye, goalkeeper. I missed the penalty. And the chairman we didn't even get to the dressing room. He just walked up to me directly and started insulting me.
Wow.
And it was really painful because there were a lot of people there. It was outside. It was really painful. But I got over it, and because I know it was out of the tense moment, the rivalry between Royal National and Rangers.
That's an Oriental derby.
Exactly, because I know he's a very gentleman. For him to have been that much provoked,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a good feeling because then I was already matured already.
That's interesting. Every coach, every player has their good and bad moments in the dressing room, and it's something that sometimes it help to create or destroy that team bound. Coach, if I may ask, as a coach, how do you create that team bound amongst your players, or that team spirit amongst your players?
You just make them, I believe. Sorry, please. So I believe to create that team bond, first of all, you have to earn the respect of the players, before
Okay.
you tell them, before you can give them an instruction for them to
do.
adhere to. Yeah. If you don't have their respect, you don't have their respect, the team is already broken. So first of all, it depends on the coach. If they respect the coach, ask the coach, not just as a senior, okay? Not just as a senior, but as a coach. Because if your players see that you as a coach, you don't know what you're doing, your programs are not well coordinated, they know, ah, this is our coach said, they'll say it behind,
Yeah.
they'll say it behind. And there you're losing the respect of the players. And from there, you see that there'll be no unity, especially when you're not playing some players.
Yeah.
You're playing some players, there will be no unity. But again, to have unity in the team, you have to bring all of them together and make them believe that they're all important, and let them know that not everybody can start again. Not everybody can start again. But I will play you all as long as you're doing well. And these are the things I want you to do like this. So then we need to call these players too sometimes aside. We need to young kids upcoming.
Yeah.
We need to call them all the time, talk to them. And when we want to scold them, we should not we should try as much as possible to control ourselves, not to scold them in public.
Okay.
After the training, we can just say, James, come. Try. One thing very important, especially for young players in the grassroots. Yeah, you want to scold him, but very important, try to put your arms around him. Just put your arms around him and while you're scolding him gently.
Let
And
him
then
feel loved.
he will understand more than you just looking at him and shouting at him the same instruction. He will understand that one more because it's more of psychology.
Yeah. That's true. Because part of what they said helps to take a player's career or develop a player's game is when he's being showed love by the coach. But the moment a coach is trying to use master and slave pattern,
Approach. Yeah.
the teams tends to have a problem. By that, creating problem for each individual of the players. That's a very good submission from you, Coach. Like someone is asking that, what can you say to our younger ones that want to go into football coaching, and how and where can they start?
No, it depends on the passion of the person, you understand? So where you can start is back home there in your state FA and all, make inquiries, NIS, then but the first thing is it must have been something you wanted to do.
The
If
passion first.
Yeah, there are those ones that didn't have the chance to play professional football, but you see them, they've been coaching little kids all along before, so that's a good first step, knowing the basics, and then you go to NIS and then CAF course and like that.
That's interesting. Okay, Coach. The problem in grassroots coaching is very huge in terms of like I always say something, and that thing is when we compare ourselves to the Brazil, because when we say the two countries that produce a lot of players most, these are the two countries for me that I know and from research that I've actually made. But
I
when we
agree
look at
too.
the
I
number
agree.
of players that Nigeria is producing compared to what we have, you understand? We can't compare it to what Brazil are actually producing. Because the last time I checked on Soccerway, I looked at the number of players playing professionally in Brazil and in Nigeria. I can tell you, you can find Brazil in every part of Europe, Asia,
All over
and
the world, all over the
all over the
world.
world. All over the world, you find. Even in Nigeria now, we have one Brazilian.
Yeah,
Yeah, even Nigeria now, we have one Brazilian. So what are the things that a coach at the grassroots needs to do that will help actually develop these young players to know what they are supposed to know? I don't know if you understand what I mean.
First of all, permit me, but I will not agree with you on the fact that our grassroots coaches in Nigeria are not getting it. I would say the grassroots coaches, because being in Nigeria last time was 2 years ago. I happened to be in just in one academy. I saw what they were doing. And back in Bayelsa, there's an academy there to young guys, training. I see what they're doing. So I would say the grassroots coaches in Nigeria, they are really going beyond what they have to try to make these young ones be better players. Because you see some of them go as far as going to take loans. Some of the coaches, they even give their players money for transportation to be able to meet up to training. And they don't get paid. You understand? They don't get paid. So if we consider those factors, these grassroots, they work in other places, they come with the money they earn now, they give these players a little bit for them to be able to meet up training the next day. And now that's the passion of the coach. You understand? He wants he has taken it as his job, even though he has a paying job. He has taken that as a job. So those kind of coaches are the ones that are very easy to succeed if they go into coaching full time professionally. And for Brazil having more players, again, if we look, you are correct, but if we look at it the other way, Brazil, they don't only play football, they play futsal too. We don't play futsal in Nigeria. You understand? A lot of Brazilians play futsal. Why we don't play futsal in Nigeria? A lot of them play beach soccer. We don't play beach soccer in Nigeria. So, and most of the players they play beach soccer, they very hardly find players who play beach soccer come to normal football. But you see players who play futsal in Brazil, most of them later go to play professional football. Yeah, because of that space, they are able to move out quick and sharp. People like Marcelo of Real Madrid. So I think that's where they are more technically a little bit better than Nigeria, just a little
bit. Yeah, that's true, because we also see or know so many coaches and even providers that always go beyond their limits for them to be able to see how they can satisfy the players. But I would still say the number of grassroots teams actually now are still very, very minute compared to what we have outside there. And for me, the whole idea is for we to see how these young players, how they can actually move from this grassroots to the professional level. What are the things will you suggest or will you advise? Because this platform is not, because we have different kinds of academy in Nigeria. We have those that are structured, we have those that are not structured. We have players that are playing under a well-structured academy, and we have players that are not playing under a well-structured academy. And this platform is for everybody. So what are the kind of coaching advice you would give for any coach or any player for him to know before he can embark on any professional trial?
So we'll go back to basics, because the grassroots is very important.
I can hear you, Coach. Coach, I can hear you.
I say we'll go. Yeah, hello. Can you hear me now?
It's very faint.
Can you hear me now?
It's faint.
I can hear you very well.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay. Please, can you repeat your question again, please?
I said now, this platform, we have so many players that are actually playing in different academies. We have some that are well structured. We have some that are not well structured. And even I will say we have those that are not well structured are more than those that are structured. I don't know if you understand me. So, and this platform is for both coaches, players, both structured and not structured academy. So what are the kind of coaching ideas or coaching technique, or what are the things a player needs to be coached about before he can embark on a professional trial or before he can go to a professional club?
Okay, first of all, yeah, good question. Uh, First of all, you can't compare an academy that is well structured and the one that is not well structured. But it doesn't matter. It's football. The good players can come even from the academy that is not well structured.
Yeah.
But for those academies that are well structured, they have a guideline of how they should play or how they should train. But for those that are not well structured, the coaches they just train how they want, how they believe is good
Yeah.
for the players. But like I said, I told a friend of mine when we were discussing a few days ago, it's best to play small-sided games, simple, small-sided game, very, very important. Because say you come to Europe, sometimes, okay, for example, a player comes to Europe during the season. You understand? During the season. Now, during the season, you don't have time. They will never play 11-11 for you. Understand? They will never play 11-11 unless they will take you to the youth team, say, okay, go and play one friendly game. You understand? You know? But if you are in trials, only play small sided game and shooting. And you know, we Africans, not only Nigerian Africans, we don't know how to shoot.
Mm.
We don't
Mm.
know how to shoot.
Mm.
Maybe before, I guess now it's much better now. We don't know how to shoot. Very few of us, very few players knows how to shoot. We don't know how to shoot, but you see the white people because they train on it constantly, every day. You see, even those days before, how many players, even in the national team in Nigeria, how many players do we have as free kick, especially that if there's a free kick, oh, this one a goal. Apart from Okosha, maybe late Yakini will come and shoot, police will shoot. So very few, you understand, that can play free kick because back home, when we're growing up, we never taught those things. You understand? It was the players themselves that we see it on TV and try to replicate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So small-sided game, shooting, and most importantly, discipline, time, keeping of time. Mm. There was a player who came to trials in my club in Ukraine from Cameroon. They didn't allow him to train because he came late to training. He came for trials, they didn't allow him to train. They said he should go back the next and say, okay, so time, come down, the car will come and take you. Now the person got there waiting for him for about 10 minutes. He was not there, so they left him. So that shows on seriousness. So keeping to time by 4 o'clock. If you tell the players training is 4 o'clock, you know they will come 4 o'clock, or they will come 4 minutes, 5 minutes after 4. So don't tell them 4 o'clock. Tell them be here 3:30 because it's good when the players come 20, 30 minutes before training. They will sit together, they will joke around themselves, they will tease each other. They are forming a clique, a bond already.
Mm.
Because if you sit doing nothing, you are dressing up now, I will help you, you will help me, you will help me, you know. You don't say training tomorrow is 4 o'clock. I want you to be here 4 o'clock. So what time would the coach now use? What time would the coach now use to say the training program for today is this? At least you need 5, 7 minutes for that. So tell your players to come 3:30, be here, 4 o'clock we start training. So you have enough time to prepare and all that. So we should just prepare this, we should prepare these players in the right way. And one more thing I will chip in is if possible for coaches in the grassroots, try from time to time, right, to analyze the game with the players. Yeah, there's football, analyze it with them. Yeah, I know there's no video coverage, you know, but after games, maybe the following day or 2 days, not all the players, ask 2 or 3 players, what do you think about the game tomorrow? Then you will see that these players, they have their opinion too, you understand?
Yeah.
They have their opinion. Then as the coach, you will now know where this player, how he's thinking, how he sees football.
Yeah.
You understand? You now understand that. So you know how to go. So you keep them, you engage them in conversations. Yeah, it's very, very important.
That's interesting. It's important that you have an open communication with your player. Teach them discipline
Exactly.
and also teach
Yeah.
them how to shoot for them to be able to get to the professional club for them to be able to make it. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Mr. Borge from Sweden, John Okoye from Cyprus, and also thank everybody, Michael from Remo Stars, and also everybody who has been with us since morning. Coach, if I may ask, tell us the difference between European, I know it might sound somehow, but what's the difference between European trained coach and a Nigerian trained coach? Is there any difference?
No, I don't think there's a difference. It's just, it depends on the individual. I don't think there's a difference. It depends on the individual. You understand? Because most of the things they will teach you in Europe are similar or the same thing they will teach you in Africa. You understand? But in Europe, it's like you are made to have an open mind, engage others. You're made to have an open mind. You know, you see, like, okay, let's take an example for, you see these Premier League coaches or these big coaches. You see them, they talk on the press like they are fighting. They're not fighting. They're putting on the show. They're not fighting. Yeah, sometimes little misunderstanding, sometimes, but they're not fighting. You think Mourinho and Pep Guardiola, they don't talk? They talk. You
They even
understand? They
have
talk.
drink.
Yeah, yeah, they talk. So it depends. I know how to say and say, Akim, what do you think in this situation? Yeah, I'm having this kind of thing. It's simple. That's how the Europeans do it. You understand? But we have that ego.
Ego
Why would
pride.
I ask Akim? Yeah, why would I ask Akim? What can he know? So he don't know anything. It doesn't mean in football we should be able to learn from anybody. You
Yeah.
understand? Even the masseur, even the bus driver, you can ask him, what do you think about the game? He will have an opinion. He will have an opinion. And you as a coach, yeah, you smile, you must have learned one or two things there. You understand? So you see, what is it called? Zidane. He had to go to Pep Guardiola for his course when he was in Bayern Munich. You see how it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were both playmates before. But here he had to go to him. No shame in it. I see you're doing good, so I want to learn from you. There's no shame in it. Zidane went to Pep Guardiola.
Wow.
So that's how I think our African coaches should be too, should have that mentality. That is why I so much respect this guy. I think it was on your show, Coach Bifo
Oh, okay.
of
No,
Kora
but
United.
no, but before, no, I've not invited coach before.
Very great, amazing guy, you understand?
Yeah.
Every time when the league was going on, I used to call him with Coach Makinwa of Casino too. I used to
Marking why,
call,
yeah.
yeah, I used to call and we just talk about football, like 30 minutes, we just talk about football and then say, okay, bye bye. That's how it should be. Changing ideas.
That's true. What you just said is the very true. Anybody who want to be great, you must be able to learn from others. And football is a game that the knowledge is infinite. The knowledge does not have end. You must be able to learn from others so that you'll be able to achieve what you want to actually achieve. Thank you, coach, for this wonderful submission. And I hope every other young coaches or every coaches who are in the academies or even in professional clubs can actually pick up from what you just said, the ability to learn from others. Learn from your cleaner, learn from your driver, learn
Exactly.
from even
Exactly.
the smallest of your fan, maybe a baby or a child that comes to watch your game. Try to ask one or two things. They must have one thing
Yeah.
or that they will tell you
Yes,
that will
for
help
sure, for sure.
that will help take your team to the level at which you want. What are the things that a grassroots coach, a grassroots young coach needs to do for them to be able to upgrade uh, their coaching, uh, their coaching generally? What are the things you think they need to do? Because we have so
No, I
many
think
coaches that are still the same. Like you said, some coaches, their own philosophy has always been you come, you run 100 laps, two aside, some two aside, some. So, we have different coaches with different mentality. And the football now
yeah,
is changing, the world is changing. So what are the things you
yeah.
think they need to do for them to be able to upgrade their coaching?
No, I think it's about attending coaching courses or coaching seminars, uh, engage in other coaches, just like we just said before. And it's so unfortunate that we have only NIS in Nigeria now, no CAF course. But thank God we have this FCAN
FCAN, yeah,
coaching
yeah,
platform. Yeah, yeah. Thank God we have them, and they are doing a very good job. So for coaches to improve, it's like development. You need to engage. Simple. You need to engage. Go for the professional course. We should not be shy. I, so I tell you, there was a time I even asked my wife in one training. I even asked my wife. I asked her, I said, "What do you think about that player?" You know, she doesn't know football. She doesn't know football, but she told me with the way how she see it. Well, I was like, okay, but she made a little point there. That's why I say we have to engage. We have to keep doing our researches, asking questions. I'm sure if I want to ask you a football question, you will not tell me no. You understand?
yeah,
You will not tell me you don't have time because I know you have passion for the game.
yeah.
You understand? Yeah, so those are the kind of people you go to and ask, keep asking and be open to others too when they ask you.
That's true. The bottom line is still for every coach to be successful, you must try to be open-minded. Have always have communication and conversation from people. I want to also welcome Mr. Akin of FEMAC. FEMAC is one of a very structured academy in Nigeria. He's also watching. He's also a very ardent listener. I also welcome Mr. Oluwaseyi Okondu. Thank you for also watching. Coach, they used to call you African Murillo. African Murillo. Some of your friends call you African Murillo.
Mm.
Uh, can you tell us a little bit about your coaching philosophy?
So don't mind those people calling me African Mole. It was this guy.
Okay, can you tell us
Um,
how you come about the name?
so it was Yusuf Ayila, former Super Eagles player.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one. So towards the end of my career, so I told him I was going to go into coaching. So when they were playing Champions League, he would tell me to watch and tell him his mistake at the end of the game.
Okay.
So after the game, he would call me and he would say, "Did you watch?" I would say yes. Well, sometimes I don't watch. I will just say I watch,
Yeah, I
but
watch.
nothing to say. Yeah. So as a player too, when I tell him that you should have done this there instead of this, he will say yes. I wanted to do this, but that split second, I couldn't do it. So he was the one that started saying, Mourinho, African. Yeah, he was the one.
So can you tell us about your coaching philosophy?
For me, I just believe in ball possession, which I would say is that every coach will say is ball possession. But it's not about possession. For me, it's individual tactical discipline, very important. You have to be individual tactical discipline because knowing your position, knowing your duty at every point in time is very important. And I like to play small passes. I don't like the longer passes. I like the smaller passes so that we'll be able to go in units. We'll be able to go and come back. And that way, I believe it conserves energy. Because if you're playing the long balls, the midfield players will just be running there and tired. So if we are going in group, yeah, we cover lots of ground and we make less mistakes by losing the ball. So for me, that's my philosophy.
So more of like your style is more of compactness, playing units, and defending as a unit, and also attacking as a unit. I think that's pretty nice. And if you were to, by any chance, you want to coach in the Nigerian Professional League, what's and what are the things you would like to actually impact in these players in the Nigerian Professional League? Because we have so many scenarios whereby I will say this today, and I think you should also, maybe 90% or 95% of players that are making it in Europe today are players from the grassroots
Oh,
profession.
I totally agree with you. For the past 3 seasons, I've been following it for the past 3 seasons. If you check the way transfer has gone in Nigeria, it's from the grassroots. It's from the grassroots. I
So
agree with you.
what are the things you think you can actually change? Because the whole aim, we all know that the every player in even the professional league, their aim is still to go and play what's it called, abroad, or to play in Europe. But when you are not properly drilled or when you are not properly trained, there is no way you can make it in abroad. And one thing I love about the white people, there is no sentiment. They don't do sentiment. If
No,
you are not good, you are not good. If you are not good, they tell you to take your flight home the next day. So if you have the opportunity to coach in Nigerian league, what team would you love to coach? And what are the things do you think you can actually you can instill or change in your team in the Nigeria Professional League?
no. First of all, I can't mention name of any club. That will not be good for me at the long run.
Yeah.
And secondly, for me, we have to find a way because players have not been transferred for a long time. So we have to find another venue whereby we can make transfers regularly, to Europe. And first of all, I have to make these players understand that, look, if you want to play and end your career, yeah, it's okay, it's fine by me. It's okay. But if you want to develop and go and start a step higher, like going to Europe, then we have to work this way. We have to play like this so that when you go there, you will not be lacking. Like, not only just going to Europe, we can still go and play in these continental games. You understand? For some time now, we've not been doing well in the continental scene.
That's true.
We have to prepare our players in that mode. So if you can do well in in continental games, that means you're already prepared for going to Europe. If you see the Ayimba players that won the Champions League those days,
Yeah.
most of them went to Europe, most of them went abroad. Because for you to be able to win the Champions League, that means you have gotten to a stage. You understand the game, discipline, and all that, and play in a certain way. So for me, I would bring that into the club I'm handling, and I would try to get my friends who are coaches and agents here in Europe to like come in to see that like I have good players. I will have to invite them to come and see how they can help to generating funds for the club.
I think that's very 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 nice. Coach, how would you compare the grassroots football or the coaching or in grassroots football in Europe and compared to what we have in Nigeria? Is there any difference, would you say, in terms of maybe structure, in terms of training programs and all that?
Yeah, I think for no structure, yeah, there are some academies that have good structure in Nigeria too. Training programs, most of the academies in Europe they train like the senior team, not exactly like, but almost like the senior team. So they pass, like the chief coach will draw a program and they just follow that line. So that means they've been prepared like professional players from beginning to go. Understand? Why? But for the coaching part for Nigerian coaches in the grassroots, again, I would say they are doing very marvelous job. They are, because with the less facilities they have,
That's true.
yeah, they are still doing that. So nobody can fault them. Nobody. If they are being paid now, yeah, then you will see, because most of them buy equipment even for training with their money. You know, that passion to do it. But maybe technically wise, maybe that's why they should engage in conversation and attend courses.
Wow, that's interesting. So, what are the advices, Coach, will you give to our Nigerian professional league or coaches, and also some of the grassroots teams? And what do you think we can actually do to help take grassroots football to the level at which we can all see and also be proud? Because we the grassroots football in Nigeria have not attained its potential, because it's a billion dollar in a sector that is not actually harnessed. So what are the things you think were the advice you would give for the professional level and also for the grassroots level, so that we can all
Well,
attain the level we want?
no, for the professional level, I can't really advise anybody. I can't, because you have administrators who knows it. You know, I can advise. But for the grassroots level, I would say they are, again, they are really doing well, and they should. Um, um, the the coaches, I mean, they are doing well, and the players, they have the zeal to do. But the most emphasis is how to bring them, how to make them better players,
Yeah.
how to see. You see, don't make a player play the way a grassroots player play the way you want. You know, see what's see the potential of that player and try to develop it. You
Okay.
understand? See if you don't force a style on him. Eh, this is a gift, you understand? It's a gift that been given to all of us. You understand? Everybody has his own gift.
Yeah.
So don't force him. Just try to develop what he has. Encourage him, exactly. Motivate, you know. Because some coaches try to say, uh, why you they play like this? They play like this. You know? Okay, good. It's good, but tell him in a way that it will make sense to him. I don't know if you understand me.
I get you. I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
You
Because
should.
honestly, honestly, I say the grassroots coaches are trying, because I can't be one of them. I can't be one of them, because it's very difficult coaching in the grassroots than professional. That's what I think. So that's why for grassroots coaches, I respect them a lot, because I don't see myself being a grassroots coach.
Yeah,
It's
you're
really
you are
difficult.
UFA
Yeah.
licensed coach.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The license doesn't matter. I'm just talking about me. You understand?
I get you.
No, they are really doing well. Yeah.
I think one of your friend is saying, Mohammed Lawal, Eddie, my man. If anybody,
Yeah.
Ibrahim from Germany, thank you for watching. And Mr. Madison also, thank you for watching. If anybody has any question to ask Coach Eddie, because we'll be ending the session anytime soon. If anybody has any question, you can actually drop your question or any suggestion.
I guess no question.
Okay, Coach Eddie, I will be actually rounding up now. Uh,
Okay.
generally, you said it all. We've touched the most important points. Uh, a grassroots player out there who is watching, what is the advice you would give to him?
first of all, again, you have to be disciplined and try as much as possible to listen to your coach's instruction. It's very, very important for the player to be able to play to instruction. For me, I classify that as a skill itself. It's a skill on its own to be able to play to instruction. Because you see, uh, I forgot something to add before. If once in a while, try to bring these superstars to your training ground.
Okay.
You have friends like that, bring them. It's like a motivating factor for the players. When they see these players face to face, you talk to them, like encourage them, motivate. No, it's very, very good. What was I saying before?
Discipline for the players, for the general advice for young players who is watching.
Yeah, they should be disciplined. There was something I wanted to say. Yeah, you should go. I was saying playing to instruction.
Instruction,
Very, very important. Yeah, very, very important. Because a good example, let's use our own Mikel Obi, for example. Okay?
Yeah.
You see, he played in Chelsea for over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And for over 10 different coaches who has different philosophies, but he's still making the team. What does that tell you? That tells you that that's somebody, a player that is disciplined. You never see Mikel Obi do the leg over the ball,
No.
That is discipline. That's what the European coach wants, a disciplined player. But anytime a new coach comes, they'll say, Mikel go. No, but he's there because he plays to that coach's instruction. So my coach once told me that, Eddie, you in this midfield, stay in this circle. We're playing against a bigger team, Stay in this circle, don't go, stay, help this defense side. So, okay, I stayed there, and at the end of the game, some fans will say, Eddie, why didn't you go for? The coach said, I told him so. When a coach tells you to do this and you do it, believe me, if it doesn't go well, he will say that I asked him to do that, which is very important. So players should learn to play to instruction, the young players. Sometimes you might not agree with what the coach is saying, but we're already adults already, even at 15, we can talk anyhow.
Yeah.
Some don't they baba punk, you understand? So if you don't agree with it, as your coach is going home, approach him and say, Coach, why don't you think maybe if I do like this? And
in a
again, as
subtle
coaches,
manner.
yeah. And again, as coaches, we should be able to listen to that player because he has something to say. You might not agree, but I told you to play like this, let it be like that. No. Okay, I understand it. I understand. But player, I tell you, next time we'll look into that. You understand? The player will go home happy too. You understand? So it's play to instruction and be disciplined for young players.
That's a very good advice. I think someone is asking that Coach Eddy, if you are opportune to handle our national team, which area are you going to work on?
No, I'm not thinking of it. Sorry, please. I'm not thinking of it.
if tomorrow the job comes, you never can tell.
No, I'm not thinking of it, please.
Okay, Coach Eddy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. Also, I want to thank everybody who has also been watching. Mr. Akeem Oladimeji, also from Sweden and everywhere all over the world that are watching. I will really appreciate you, Coach Eddy. Thank you so much. We hope any other time we also call you, you'll be available for us on the platform. You can also still watch the platform on YouTube, on podcast, Shopify, and all that, which will post the program. We want you to help us to say wonderful greetings to your family and everybody in your base. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, Coach Eddy.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate everyone who has been with us from 5 o'clock till now. Dombraye, former Super Eagles, former Bender Insurance, former Iwanyawu National, and also Premier Bureau of Nigeria. We want to use this opportunity to let everybody know what I'm putting on is the Team 360 Football Club premium jersey. So we are actually merchandising, selling it for all our super fans out there who are interested in supporting Team 360 Football Club. And this is something we are trying to use to appreciate our fans and our supporters. It's only going for 15,000 naira just to support the club. When you support the club, you are not just only supporting the club, you are also supporting the career of one individual player. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you next week. Next week, we'll be having Mr. Pedro from who is a pro bono in UEFA. He's a lawyer with the UEFA. We'll be having it next week. We'll be discussing about transfer fee, solidarity fee, compensation fee mechanism, and how it actually works. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you. See you guys next week. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, Mr. Madison, we have for both kids. We have for male, female, and kids. So if you are interested, you can actually inbox. We have for male, female, both male, female, and for kids.